Hey, good morning in Shreveport there, Rick. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing my old high school pose.
You are, and you're all well. I don't know what you got on below the waist, but you're wearing a tank top.
I am because the weather's gotten nice, Mark. It's been frigid cold, of course. Our own president talking about climate change and how it's affecting the country out in California with the drought and the cold weather here. But today it's like perfectly matched up with Louisiana weather. It's about 75, and I'm getting out to bike.
Awesome, and it's going to get up into the 40s next week. So I'm going to be back on that city bike, the bikes that you rent in New York. I paid for a year, 96 bucks, $26 a day. So I just put my little key card in, take a bike, and head on out. Now, I mentioned that I was going to like treat people to my hats because I got lots of hats.
Yes,
Every
look at
time we
that.
go, every time we go somewhere. Can you tell where this one? Can you read this?
Oh my God. The cafe is now open. I love it, Mark. It's great.
Shreveport Cafe Blab is now open. You know, we have multiple locations. Where we got New York, we got Shreveport. We're going to be expanding throughout the year.
Yes, yes, yes. And we thank everyone for joining us on the journey. Here, let's start a topic. You're up, Mark.
Here's my topic. What's up with Ellen Page? I saw that on the LGBT Senior Facebook page, and I'm like, Ellen Page, wasn't she the pinup thing back in the 30s? Who the hell is Ellen Page? And because you do that, you'll go like Ellen Page, and it just links to the LA Times or something. There's no headline. So tell me about Ellen. What's the deal?
Well, first, when I read it last night, I did it intentionally. You know, I like my shock value. But at first, I thought it said Elaine Page or Elaine Stritch. I confuse Ellen Page with Elaine
They're
Stritch.
they're
But
about the same age. Yeah.
no, Ellen Page, of course, Juno is from Juno. Many other movies. She came out. She was nervous about it. She was speaking in front of a group of people that work with LGBT youth, troubled youth, and bullying and all that stuff. And she's under 30 years old, and she just came out and said, I've faced these issues, and I want everyone to know I'm an out, I know you hate that word, an out lesbian. So
You
there you
don't
go.
like out? You don't
I
like the
thought
word
you didn't like
out?
out, word out.
I don't like openly gay, and I wrote
Oh,
about that.
okay. No, well, she's openly gay and publicly gay, as you pronounced it
Yeah,
last week.
Michael Sam is publicly gay. I like that much better than openly gay.
I do too. Yeah, so that's the deal with Ellen Page. That's really all I got to say. But big news, big news, big news.
For me, oh no, I see you. I've had such a busy morning because I'm working on my new mystery and everything like that. I do want to show you, by the way, this Frank I got from Frank for Valentine's Day. It's
Love it. Yeah, I saw it. You posted it on your own personal blog site.
it's a wooden watch.
Love it.
And no, I know what I was going to say because in Kansas now it
Oh,
looks like it's not going to pass, but
that's what I hear.
the repubs in Kansas, especially their I guess their house, passed this law that is like really Jim Crow ish, and would have allowed business owners, not just wedding people, but any business owner and anybody working for the state to deny services to same-sex couples, which of course could have expanded to anybody. It could have expanded to single gay people. It could have expanded to allies. It was really really horrible. And I saw a great cartoon that had a straights only and a gays only drinking fountain. I was like, this is what's happening because. But anyways, it's not going to fly because the Republican in the Senate, the leader of the Senate, said, you know, we want to protect people's religious freedoms, but this she gets it. Some of them get it that this is like 1960s black people can't sit at my lunch counter shit.
Exactly.
And so it's not going to happen. But I'm telling you now that because Virginia, all these states are, their bans are being overturned by the courts. And
And lawsuits, you got a lawsuit in Louisiana going on. You got a lawsuit in Kentucky going on. Virginia happened. And you saw that who was it in Virginia? The attorney general came out and said, this is a stroke of genius. This is incredible that we're on the right side of history in Virginia.
yes, but I was going to say lastly before the bell that we're going to see this kind of backlash. Tennessee is now drafting this kind of law. We're going to see people, and I said it a long time ago. If they just said, get married, who gives a shit? This would all be over. It would be over if they just, whatever.
I agree. No, I'm with you. You and I on our other show, and it sounds like this is our other show, which, by the way, folks, is lgbtsr.org. You can find our other show called Age to Perfection, where weekly Mark and I interview folks in the LGBT community. Those include allies. I feel like we're segregating I'm trying to segregate our Cafe Blab this morning. Mark, this is not a gay show, Mark. We
No,
can't
no,
talk.
no. I mean, we're gay, so there's lots of gay stuff. But no, it's not. It's you and I.
I
The
know.
Age to Perfection is really a guest show. It's where we
Yes.
talk about issues that are usually pertinent to the over 50 LGBTQ audience. This is you and me just like saying,
Oh, no, 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 no.
whatever.
I want people to know about that other show. But what I was going to say is, you and I and Rob were talking year in review. Our friend that does Zeitgeist and kind of talks historically about the LGBT movement over years and compares years to years and all that. And we did talk about backlash, and that is what's going on. Um, Shifting gears on that a little bit, but continuing the topic. Ooh, nice cup.
Yeah, Gettysburg. I got my Shreveport. I got my Gettysburg.
I got my Wisconsin. I got my Wisconsin right there. Discover Media Works from Wisconsin. Anyway, so Facebook 10th year anniversary this week, and they come out with gender identification choices. So you no longer have to be just a male or a female when you identify yourself on Facebook. 50 choices from intersex to transgender woman to transgender man to transsexual to transvestite. I think is even on their crossdresser. I don't know, but backlash. Fox News making fun of it yesterday. I just don't understand why people can't just be what it is. But my whole thing about Facebook was freaking holidays on Facebook make me sick. Freaking relationships on Facebook make me sick. I know we're just fixing our heads there.
Why? You mean
Well,
talking about them? I'm not supposed to talk about. What do you mean they make you sick?
I think too many people break up with each other on Facebook. Too many
Oh
people.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Facebook is a weapon by defriending you. You've been through that with your own personal friends. My ex just took me off Facebook because
Oh my God, you're like you're the ex I met.
I'm like Juno. I'm like a little college
Oh my
teen
God,
feeling like hurt by that, but I'm over it now because I'm like, my therapist said, Rick, really? It's Facebook. But
really?
my
It's
point
Facebook.
is,
Like whatever. It's Facebook.
well, yeah. And then you wake up though yesterday to all these people extolling their love to each other on Facebook. And then I get in a quandary. Well, do I like this picture of my niece getting flowers from her husband because she thinks he loves her and all that? And he does. But is that my place to get in their relationship? Is it my place to like every picture of someone extolling their love for someone else? And then they come up with the whole definition on Facebook yesterday of Single Awareness Day. Well, happy Valentine's Day, but if you're not with someone, then happy Singles Awareness Day. Anyway, enough. Facebook done.
No, I'm not done about Facebook.
Okay, you go.
I detect something there that you may need to work through. But I just, I
Oh,
no, I just, Frank
yes.
is, Frank and I are a couple, and I don't overdo it because I know what you know what I get tired of, have always been tired of on Facebook is that it's like happy land. Like everybody's happy. And
I know.
they post about they're going on a picnic with their granny and they're doing this. I've always thought you can't, there's not a lot of realness on Facebook. There is some, but there's not a lot. And anyways, I get real. I post political stuff. Sometimes I don't because I just don't need the drama. But oh, with the intersex thing, I do want to say this because I read about Fox 2 and their ridiculous response. I was reading about these Fox reporters who were making fun of intersex.
Oh, I read
No,
that.
but as if it's not long established. Intersexed means that you were born with male and female
Exactly.
genitalia or body. I don't want to say body parts, but it's been long established. This is not some new identity that was just invented. Intersex has been around for many decades. So Fox, they're assholes, and I'm not watching them today.
Okay, I hear you. Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, Mark. I really do need a cup of coffee, and I can't get her attention right now. So I'll step up in a minute. I'm going to change gears. No, it's your turn. You start a subject.
Are you there with somebody? Is somebody getting you coffee? Or are
No,
you
I'm hoping it's the cafe, but she's not here. I'll be right back. But start a subject. I'm listening.
okay? So my subject is just all these overturned marriage bans. We're sort of circling back to that because every day I wake up and there's a new decision by a federal court or a federal judge. And by the way, the judge who overturned the ban in Virginia, read her opinion or at least excerpts from it. It's an amazing opinion, and she
Wow.
really talks a lot about Loving v. Virginia, which was the decision that overturned
Oh, really?
oh yeah, and she sort of gives a nod to Scalia because he saw it coming, and I love the fact that the report said much to his dismay because he knew when they decided the DOMA decision that they were opening the door to all of these state bans being overturned. But I just say check it out, read her opinion or parts of it, and it's fascinating because, like I said, every morning there's a new marriage ban that's overturned, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the blowback. Maybe this is just my old hesitant, sort of sometimes scared gay me coming out. But I'm just looking for some Second Amendment remedies from the folks that are really, really getting pissed off about all this.
Well, it's interesting, and maybe it is going to sweep away to a bigger issue. Yeah, Mark, here's to you, and here's to everybody listening. But I agree. Next week on LGBT show, Age of Perfection, we'll probably have one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit against the state of Louisiana. And every approach is different. This one's saying they're forcing us to lie on our income tax filing. This is a friend of a friend here in Shreveport and his husband who have been together. They got married out in Vermont, so they've been together since Vermont allowed same-sex marriages, and they're forced by the state of Louisiana to lie on their taxes because to get the benefits they need as a same couple or a married couple. It's very interesting. New subject. I was thinking, Mark, all of this, the couple I just referred to, your story. I know you're a writer. You referred to your mystery writing, and I know you're working on a new project which we'll announce on here soon for people over 50. And Mark recently, everybody challenged me at 49 to kind of start writing my story about the last of my 40s and in my 50s. And I've been thinking that a lot. So here's the deal. I'm also a massage therapist, as you may know, Mark, but others may not know. And I had a 21-year-old kid on my table the other day, and you have to protect confidentiality. But we were talking, and I felt very open with him because he was a referral through my chef at the restaurant. He's a cop. He's military, super nice guy, tall guy, really, really super, super together. And I was saying, oh, God, you don't smoke, do you? And he's like, no. And I said, thank God. I felt open enough, and I was kind of like complaining about my clients that do smoke because I lean over their head to massage their shoulders or their forehead, and I smell the smoke, okay? I'm grateful for those clients, but I'm grateful he didn't smoke. And he opened up, and he said, no, there's a reason why. Well, often like a hairdresser, a therapist, a massage therapist, a chiropractor, people open up when it's body, mind, spirit, as you know. And he started telling the story, Mark, about his mom and his brother who were closet smokers, and they would go in his bedroom where his dad couldn't see them and smoke. Well, one of them dropped their cigarette and sadly burned the house down, and both his brother and mother died in that fire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I got to thinking, this is a young man that's 21 years old. Then he went on to tell some other stories about his police work, And I thought, everyone has a story. And he's like, Rick, sometimes I just forget things. I said, just start jotting them down. So that's my message to everybody. Everyone's got a story, guys. Just start writing them down because someday I believe everyone should have a memoir of their life, whether it's self-published, written for themselves, shared with friends only, or a bestseller. That's my feeling.
Well, and now you can do a vlog, VLOG. Now you can do like I do on my YouTube channel, which is we had a storm here the other day. I just do little clips and post them, and I think we talked about this before when we had some technical problems. But YouTube now they're like renting studios, and they're being extremely professional. Whatever they're doing all this really high polished stuff, and I am with some of this now. I'm going to ramble here. I don't mean to, but like with my book writing, with my fiction and all of that, and with cover design, I'm very meticulous. I want everything to be as good as it can possibly be. But on the other hand, with something like YouTube, I'm of the punk ethos back in the 80s when they said, these big bands, these successful artists, they're all really, really, really polished, and we're not going that way. So, I've lost my train of thought, but I just do my little videos, even with these. I'll add some graphics and just put them up. We don't need it. You know what I mean? People are taking it. Not, I don't want to say too seriously, but too seriously. I mean,
No,
some of
I
this
like
stuff. It's
it's
like,
that thing to bring it back around. You're saying, it is a great way doing little things like that to have an oral tradition and a record of your life. You can make it simple. They're taking it too serious, but like I hear what you're saying too. You don't always have to make it a written memoir. Just blog or do something so you have memories of your life. And people love to hear this stuff. That's just my opinion.
bing, and this is my last one. It's just about the weather. I mean,
Yeah. Wow. I know.
it's been crazy. We've had we're going to be one of the record years here for snow in this whole area, and it's just been one storm after another. We're going off to the house today. Our friend Kathy Hill is coming in from Maryland, so I'm looking forward to a wonderful 3-day weekend. I don't. The news just slips by me sometimes. I mean to be more on top of what's going on, but like I said, mostly what catches my eye and the Sochi. I'm not watching those Olympics. I know. I don't need to go.
Not even Johnny Weir's costumes. Yeah. Okay. That's fine,
No,
Mark.
I just whatever. I never. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have anyways. I've turned it into a sort of a protest thing because of Russia, but I'm not really an Olympics kind of guy. I never really watch them except the divers because they're really, really, really hot. Divers have the best bodies. They still wear the Speedos, thank
But that's
God.
yeah, but that's not winter. That's not winter. That's not winter.
So that's the deal. I'm looking forward to a fabulous weekend. I got my Shreveport hat
That's,
on. I got my
yeah,
ridden watch,
and
and
everything's
everything's totally copacetic for
yeah,
today.
everything's good until you read that report from that Obama's giving the findings of the climate changes out there. It's pretty scary, but we
Well,
won't cut it.
the planet's gonna, the sun's gonna supernova at some point, and the whole planet's gonna be a
Oh, speaking of which, it was a beautiful new moon last night, so that might put us in the mood we're in today too. It was beautiful new moon outside.
Listen, everybody, the cafe's open. Rick and I were your servers today. We're going to get on back to the other customers
Am,
and
am,
grab a scone. Get
yep.
some
Hey,
of that.
blueberry, please. Mark, what would you like? Cranberry?
Get some of that custom homemade Cafe Blab coffee,
Yes.
and we'll be back next week
Bye,
with
everybody.
plenty
Mark, have a
more.
great weekend.
You
All right.
too.
Bye. Ciao.